Welcome back. You're watching Newsx with me, Malvika. We're taking a look at the top story this hour. US President Donald Trump's senior trade advisor Peter Navarro, who has been making multiple attacks against India over its trade and foreign policy with Russia, has now responded to Grok AI's note on his post, fact-checking his claims on India. Navarro has now slammed the platform, saying Elon Musk is letting propaganda into people's posts. He also went on to use rather questionable words like crap for Grok AI and accused the Indian government for the note, which was posted ironically by an American company owned by Elon Musk, Trump's former aide. Pointing out to the embarrassing note that fact-checked Navarro's claims, he wrote, and I quote, "India buys Russian oil solely to profiteer. It didn't buy any before Russia invaded Ukraine. Indian government spin machine moving high tilt. Stop killing Ukrainians, stop taking American jobs." That, of course, is Peter Navarro's statement. Aditya Vadhavan is joining us on the broadcast as we take a look at this latest attack by Peter Navarro. Aditya, take us through this statement of Peter Navarro, where he has once again attacked India and spoken of India's trade with Russia as well.
And he has been saying, he's been taking this hypocritical stance that only India has been buying this Russian oil, which is enabling Russia to wage a war against Ukraine. Whereas at this juncture, all the major European countries, which are part of the European Union, are actively buying Russian oil. Which is also giving, if we talk about this, if it is also giving fuel to the Russia war on Ukraine. So at this juncture, he also sometime back we saw how he made this Brahmin profiteering remark, and then he contradicted his own statement, saying that he didn't make any a Brahmin profiteering remark. So at this juncture, we are seeing many key aides of Trump giving anti-India statements, and this needs to be seen how this entire scenario unfolds in the times to come. Malvika.
Well, of course, Aditya, continue to stay with us, but I also have Mr. Arvind Tejawat, foreign affairs expert, joining me on the broadcast. Sir, once again, another statement by Peter Navarro has repeatedly been attacking India, making all of these anti-India statements, and in a very humorous turn of situation, he's now been fact-checked by Grok AI, which is of course Elon Musk's platform, and he has come out to attack Elon Musk as well after being fact-checked, after his claims were proven false by the platform as well. So what do you make of this latest attack by Peter Navarro that we're seeing over here?
Such kind of attacks are a part of their strategy, and it's a part of the Trump's diplomacy. And even I was reading an article in a Washington Post, so the people and the expert were saying there that now the people near and dear to the President Trump are only running their diplomacy according to the wish of Donald Trump Sahab. And now he's a more aggressive in compared to his the previous. So it's not that the president of their diplomacy and their and the external politics. So we very much about it, and it's a fate of and America to come together, and they have to come together. Otherwise, it won't be for nations to survive for a long in geopolitics. So Peter Navarro will continue passing statement. And the Peter Navarro, there are a few more people who will pass the same kind of statement. But the India is dealing all the things very calmly. That's the Indian style. That's the elephant style, and doing in an elephant style, I suppose. Yeah, over to you. Over to you, Simran.
Well, so what we're seeing over here, in fact, is if my PCR crew could just take this on air, what I have over here is Peter Navarro's tweet, and his initial tweet was India's highest tariffs cost US jobs India buys Russian oil purely to profit, revenues feed Russia war machine. And this was all of the statements that he was making, to which Grok AI issued a fact check which said that while condemning others, the US still imports billions in Russian goods yearly, including fertilizers and uranium essential for its agriculture and energy sectors, revealing a clear double standard in its trade stance. So, of course, this is something that I think I would also like to draw your focus to. So, as it's not just about Peter Navarro's attack, it is also about the hypocrisy that the United States is displaying, that we see the United States itself trading with Russia, importing billions and billions in Russian goods, and yet we see all of these repeated statements by the trade advisor, by US President Donald Trump's trade advisor. What do you think is leading them to target India in such a manner despite themselves indulging in trade with Russia?
Moment, their policy is very a self-centered policy, and I suppose they are hardly believing on the rest of the things or the moral values in the international politics. So actually, the thing is that I suppose they are just focusing on a national interest, and that's a key, the keywords for the international politics. So they are just running to their national interest only, and they forgot all the moral values and the rest of the things. But the India's the foreign policy is run by the moral policies, because actually we have learned from the freedom struggle and we are the different people. But if we think about the Western world, even there are no moral values when they are attacking the Gaza people, and when they have almost killed more than the 60 or the 70,000 people, the innocent people over there. So they are hardly worried about the moral values and the rest of science. And they are just running that how they can satisfy their own interest. And that's the only the keyword for their international diplomacy.